So here we go.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo.
What's the scenario? I should never recite rap lyrics. If Sonic the Hedgehog needs a makeover, he's gonna get one. So Sonic is gonna get redesigned. After the trailer was released.
About a week ago.
It
was a week ago.
After months and months of people complaining about it, the trailer was released and it didn't look good. So,
the visual of Sonic was people had the most problem with.
Yeah.
The rest of the trailer, I don't think people had a huge issue with.
I mean, the rest of the trailer was like, hey, shitty video game movie. But the look of Sonic has been a point of contention.
Since the leaked stuff, since the heavy cab movie posters back in the fall.
Yeah.
Or early in the year, whenever it was.
So they've announced that they're going to redesign the look of Sonic. The
director tweeted it.
Yeah, the director tweeted that they're going to go through and they're going to make Sonic look better. We don't know how yet.
Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best, in caps, the best he can be. Hashtag Sonic movie. Hashtag gotta fix fast. Wrench peace sign.
So there's two ways to look at this. There's two ways to look at this, and I think both have merit. I'm usually not a middle of the road person with a lot of things. I usually tend to violently choose a side very quickly, which
is also very rational to do that.
That's fine.
No nuance at all.
Centrism is a poison.
What?
Centrism is a poison. Anyways, so this is okay. Paramount should have long ago realized that this was a bad idea.
Well, the leaked pictures they should have known, and then the movie posters people didn't. Well, they didn't show his face directly on those movie posters, but people didn't. But
that was a start. I mean, you got his curvy round calves and his shitty Nike shoes, and people are like, "This does not look like it's going anywhere good."
So when this stuff happens, there's layers of people that get involved with the decisions.
Yes,
the director doesn't always have the final say. I can guarantee you, almost 95% of the director did not like this final.
Probably hated it.
I can probably guarantee you he was fighting at least somewhat tooth and nail, but it was the studio heads saying, no, this is what we want. This is what we want. Whatever. It could be three people that might have played Sonic 20 years ago and just said this, or they might have been like, and gone over the top and said like, well, he's got to look more human most he can. And the director might have said, well, that's not a good idea because we're going to piss people off. But he needed the ammo from the bad reaction from the trailer to come back to him.
Right.
And say, see, the people that are most likely to see this movie don't like it. And then this is what we get. That's probably what happened since it was such a fast response. It happened like a couple days later.
But then...
Or a day later.
But then you have to also look at the fans. Hopefully, this movie will be delayed so that the people who have to work on this, probably not, but it needs to be. Otherwise, the people who are working on it are going to be facing an incredible crunch.
Well, this is 6 months out. The good news and bad news is this. It's 6 months out. That's time to do stuff. We don't know what's finished and what's not. And obviously, there's a lot of probably parts of the movie where they don't have Sonic in them. There's going to be a lot of parts where Sonic is in there. And so they're going to have to do a lot of rework. And it's not just plug and play, with change his face on one. It's like, no, they got to reanimate entire scenes.
Yeah, a lot of people out
especially if his body changes too, not just his facial structure and eye we need one single eye. Okay, you're gonna get it potentially or something close to it. I don't think you're probably gonna get something closer where the eye meets or the bridge of the nose or whatever.
Someone pointed it out to me because I don't know how this stuff works. A lot of people were out like, well, they just have to change the model, and it's like, no, you also have to change lighting and shadows. If they change like the body structure, like you said, lots of things need to be changed besides just a model.
This isn't a plug-in,
right? Exactly.
This is not how this stuff works.
So that's gonna be really tough, and I do have to say, as much as I'm glad that a movie company is listening, I want to know how many of the people made a huge shit show about this are actually going to see the movie, or are they just armchair critics? And And that's what bothers me.
That's my argument. This is a fucking Sonic movie.
I'm sorry. To those that got up, like really, really up in their faces and were insulting, it goes back to the Diablo thing. Sit down and shut the fuck up. I don't care. It's not that big of a deal.
It's outrage over something that doesn't matter.
You don't need to be that outraged.
That was my point about it in the beginning. This is a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's going to be silly and frivolous no matter what. Andre's reaction to the trailer was perfect. He just laughed at the whole fucking thing because the whole thing is insanely silly and stupid and dumb. And so here's the good news. All the rework, those people are going to obviously get paid for the rework. Yes. They'll get paid the overtime for the crunch or whatever they redo it. And from what I hear, they get paid good amount for their work. So that's fine in that end. To have a fucking Sonic movie come out the way everyone wants precisely, here's the horrific reality of situations like this, though. For all the money going back into this, these changes aren't going to bring that many more people into the theater.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
They're not.
There's lots of people who were out there bitching about it to an extreme, and I don't think they're the ones who are going to go see it. Vonnie saw it and goes, "Oh, that looks awful, but I don't know. It'll probably be weird. I'll go see it." And she's a huge Sonic fan.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Sonic, I think reasonable people who looked at that were like, well, we'll have a couple drinks before the movie, or something like that.
This was gonna see the movie. The very, very hardcore Sonic fans will see it. Children, it'll probably marketed children to see it, and that's about it. That's your audience.
Because I swear, a lot of the people who are complaining about it and complaining the most, they're either not going to see it or they were going to see it anyway. There's nothing that this change is going to do.
This isn't centrism, by the way. This is rational thinking.
Centrism's a poison.
This is rational thinking.
Yes, I know. This is a different take. I'm just saying, I saw lots of people taking sides oddly on this, that, the fans have a right, and, this is stupid. There's a middle of the road to this one. These higher-ups do need to look at the shit that they are making and realize that if there is a fan base that they are trying to appeal to, they should probably appeal to that fucking fan base.
Sure.
Otherwise, you're going to keep getting shit like this.
And it costs them money and all this rework. And, and potentially they have to put out a new trailer now, and that's money and time to wash away this stink of this one more sooner than later. This is a lot of money at stake that they should have obviously seen coming to this backlash. My argument is that either way, you are going to make about the same amount of money.
Right. For all this backlash, for everything that's going to happen, the movie could still suck horribly.
You're going to have a lot of 6-year-olds and 4-year-olds see this movie that never fucking played a Sonic game before, don't care.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, look at the goofy blue thing. And they're not going to care that his eyes are plate size instead of saucer size. They're not going to give a shit. The movies aren't for you, 40-year-old Sonic fan. It's not for you. It's just, it isn't. Sorry, they want you to see it, but they're not making this for you. That's the harsh reality. That's not centrism. That's the harsh reality of business.
Well, if the quartering can't jack off to it, then everyone's got to go out and make some fucking noise.